Opposition urges government to focus on landowner interest.
It's a people's case.
Westpak installs new ATM machines to prevent scamming. And Fiji dominate PNG in soccer qualifier.
This is National EMTV News with Neville Troy.
Good evening and welcome. This is Friday's news. A rural local level government station is slowly mobilizing its ward councils by building infrastructure. Buang LLG in the Bulolo district is empowering its ward councils in a bottom-up planning approach to deliver services. Bethany Harriman reports.
The remote Buang local level government has built houses around its station and a new ward council building. The remote local level government is using resources to build foundations at the lowest level of government, closer to the people.
And as I always say, that every local level government should have 10 reserve police or 10 regular police with a vehicle or a boat if it's in the sea.
Deputy Opposition Leader Sam Basil was at his electorate to open 3 houses and this LLG Council building at the Buang station. Basil was National Planning Minister for several weeks in Parliament and tabled a policy to fund LLGs with 500,000 kina. But that was recently decreased to 100,000 kina.
Like, government give me 500,000 just for 2 years.
What's really happening in the remote local level governments of the Bulolo district is the ward councils are being empowered by infrastructure development happening slowly. Bethany Harriman, National EMTV News.
The Kagua-Erave district in Southern Highlands will have a new administration complex with the release of 2 million kina to a local building contractor. Local contractor Simply Blue Collar will build the administration building. A sum of 4 million kina was appropriated for the project in the provincial budget.
A check of 2 million kina was presented to owner and managing director of Simply Blue Collar, Michael Nally, in Port Moresby yesterday afternoon. Southern Highlands Governor William Powie, when making the presentation, said this was a small part of the bigger plan for Kagua-Erave in terms of building infrastructure. He called for cooperation from open members of the province to allocate Services Improvement Program funds for building essential services like road infrastructure.
The challenge for the Joint District Budget Priority Committee on the ground, district administration, Southern Highlands Provincial Government and our administration is to demonstrate that commitment to build infrastructure that will transform the lives of our people on the ground.
Former member for Mendi and a builder by profession, Michael Nally clarified his involvement with the project, saying he was awarded the contract on merit. He commended the Southern Highlands Provincial Assembly for initiating impact projects. With the release of funds, the contractor is expected to start work on the Kagua-Erave project in the coming months. Michelle Amba, National EMTV News.
In the autonomous region of Bougainville, commuters in central Bougainville now have access to trunk roads that will link them to main national roads. This opportunity was made possible through the Australian government as part of its efforts to improve economic development opportunities.
An Australian-funded project to improve main trunk road in central Bougainville is now complete, giving access to locals and awareness on road safety. The PNG Australia Transport Sector Support Program, in conjunction with the Bougainville Technical Services Department, delivered this 6 kilometers, 8.25 million kina project from Morgan Junction to Tunuru. Australian High Commissioner to PNG Deborah Stokes stated this is part of Australia's ongoing investment in Bougainville's transport infrastructure. Locals have appreciated the joint partnership program, saying the road project promotes economic growth opportunities. Several Australian-funded road upgrade projects will commence in Bougainville early 2016, including works from Arawa to Rigo Bridge and then on to Buin Town Roads. Fabian Hakalitz, National EMTV News.
You're with National EMTV News. Westpak introduces PIN Pack ATM to prevent ATM scamming. That story and more when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. All newly installed Westpak ATM machines will have a security pin pack to prevent scamming at ATM outlets right across the country. This was demonstrated during the opening of a new Westpak ATM machine at the Lamana Hotel in Port Moresby today. Reporter Eric Harupma with this report.
This pin pack is the first of its kind in the country that comes as a component with all Westpak ATM machines. During the opening of a newly installed ATM at Lamana Hotel in Port Moresby, Westpak Head of Retail Banking Adam Downey said all newly installed ATM machines have a security feature pin pack to prevent people from scamming or stealing other people's PIN numbers.
This ATM, this is one of our new slimline ATMs. It's got security features like the pin pad.
Over the years, customers have suffered from scamming as a result of having their PIN numbers exposed to criminals. However, this pin pack will act as a cover to prevent thieves from spying on other people's PIN numbers. Eric Arupman, National EMTV News.
Opposition leader Don Pollier has come out in support of the Gulf elk antelope landowners. The opposition leader today urged the government to ensure that the country's next liquefied natural gas project is local, national and indigenous business focused.
Pollier said prior to the commencement of any project work, a significant portion of the socio-economic, infrastructure and business benefits agreed for the people must first be delivered, and services like health, education, transport, local content and business opportunities must be properly articulated as compulsory requirements. The elk antelope gas field in the Gulf province bears immeasurable potential in contributing to the country's gas industry.
It's a people's gas. It's a people's resource. It is theirs, as simple as that.
The leader indicated that local consideration and participation must be included in all aspects of the project, including ownership of the LNG pipe, LNG processing plants, LNG transportation, including shipment and the petrochemical industry. Recently, Gulf landowners threatened to close down the proposed plant site following statements by Prime Minister Peter O'Neill, who supported plans by developers to pipe out gas from the area through the merging of pipelines with the existing PNG LNG project, which sources gas from Hela province. The opposition leader supports the landowners by objecting to the proposed merge, saying keeping the two gas projects separate allows for more investments and competition. Vanessa Knight, National EMTV News.
The autonomous region of Bougainville's direct health facility funding scheme is showing credible evidence that it works. According to National Health Department official Nevi Mullo, while this is still a pilot project, an independent assessment has shown that when funds are directly given to health facilities, it makes a big difference.
We have a trial, what we call a direct health facility funding scheme, where we give funds direct to health facilities, and it worked. An independent assessment was done, and the results showed very clearly that when you make funds available to health facilities, it made a lot of difference in service delivery at the facility level. Other experience from other countries have also demonstrated that when you make funds available to the facilities, it made a lot of difference in service delivery.
And now we take a look at the finance news. The Kina closed unchanged at $0.3625 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying $0.355 US, 0.4731 Australian dollars, 0.3168 euro, and 42.81 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold closed lower, while coffee, cocoa, and copra closed the day higher. Palm oil and crude oil closed higher, while copper closed the day lower. And finally, on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed at 33 points lower, the All Ordinaries closed at 50 points higher, and the ASX closed at 1 point higher. That's all for news. We'll have Trukai Sports up next, and we'll give you an update on PNG's performance in some of the sporting codes in the Pacific Games. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
welcome to Trukai Sports. It's day 7 of competition and the PNG Under-23 side have crashed out of the Olympic qualifiers with a 3-1 loss to Fiji. The home side had begun on the right foot with Patrick Isa and Tommy Semi looking sharp. But it was Fijian striker Napoleon minutes in what would prove to be the first of his hat-trick. PNG would level soon after with a Tommy Semi spot kick, but it wasn't enough with Fiji victorious. Papua New Guinea still have another opportunity with the Pacific Games semi-finals next Wednesday. In swimming, Ryan Pinney has set a new Pacific Games record in the men's 50-meter freestyle. After winning 4 gold medals in his individual races, Ryan is set to collect another gold medal this evening.
This morning's swimming competition, day 5, saw 12 swimmers represent Papua New Guinea. Now kicking off with men's 50-meter freestyle, and what a great start. Ryan Pinney making a new record of 23.21 seconds, breaking the old record of 23.37 seconds.
Well, Gauthier is in the middle. He's the one to sort of use your bearings. Clark's on his inside. Debier just in front at the moment. Briggs in there as well. William Clark going with him. They're really starting to strengthen out now. Oh, hang on. Right over there's Pinney. I haven't forgotten him. Oh, what a performance. Where's he come from? He's going to get it.
If Ryan wins his 50-meter freestyle in this evening's swimming finals, his individual gold medal tally will increase to 5 gold 5 days in a row. Now, Papua New Guinea will have a total of 5 swimmers in this evening's finals. Now, Ryan Pinney is already eyeing his 5th gold medal. This evening's finals will kick off at 6 p.m. sharp. Swimming will continue through to Saturday and finish off on Sunday with the men's open water swimming. Godwin Eki, National EMTV Sports.
To rugby now, and Papua New Guinea has made it through to the bronze medal playoffs. The Palais were superb with their backline, making breaks and scoring back-to-back tries, while the PNG Pukpuks played defensive rugby against World Cup champs Fiji. MTV's Lorraine Genia was at the BSB Stadium for these games.
Now, Papua New Guinea has just made it to the bronze medal playoffs. The Pukpuks have just lost to Fiji. However, a wonderful fight put up by the boys. They managed to score their first try against Fiji in the final minute. So big ups to them. Now, the Palais have also qualified for the bronze medal playoffs. They will be facing New Caledonia. This should be another easy match for them. The Pukpuks, however, will play the winner of Samoa and Tonga this afternoon.
Sending athletes to the Pacific Games obviously requires a lot of preparation. For one athlete in this year's Pacific Games, his journey to the Games is a different story. Representing Tokelau in squash, this lone athlete is playing for much more than just a medal.
Semaya Sona is not your typical squash player. He first picked up his squash racket 2 years ago when he was asked to step in for an absent player. After that first game, he was hooked.
Went back home and got on the net and bought me a racket. And I haven't looked back since. You play really well and you play really good. It's all on you. You can't blame. But when you're playing in a team, you could lose because of a team member. But it's all on you.
And during his first match this afternoon, there was nowhere for him to hide. Going up against a more experienced New Caledonia opponent, the different levels of their experience showed. While he can feel the pressure of being the lone athlete in the games, he says there have been overwhelming support from home and from people around the Pacific who have heard his story.
It has been a bit lonely, seeing everyone else in their big group, having a laugh in that, but it's just...
Sarah Aupong, National EMTV Sports.
That's it for Trukai Sports. Stay with us. We'll bring you the weather details up next.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
And we'll take a look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. In southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy periods with light rain and drizzle. Kerma, Darrow and Poponeta, light rain, drizzle patches. And in Alatau, cloudy periods with patchy rain. In the Momase region, isolated showers. In the New Guinea Islands, isolated light showers in all centers. And in the Highlands region, isolated light showers and then morning fog. And that's been the news, sports and weather for this Friday, 10th of July 2015. In a short while, we will continue with MTV's broadcast of the 2015 Pacific Games. From the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.